bipolar and relationships. I find personal relationships difficult, especially living with bipolar disorder. There are so many dynamics involved, whether I was on medications, personality, physical illness, family, etc. Not only do I find it hard to find a relationship, which is finding people that can accept my illness and have the willingness to date me, I find it harder to maintain a relationship. I'm 29 years old and had 6 relationships and 1 unrequited relationship. I have dated only Asian women, 3 Korean adoptees, 1 Korean, 2 Hmong, and 1 Chinese-Cambodian mix. I guess you can say I have a preference. It might be because I'm a Korean adoptee that I tend to assimilate to Asian people. In reality, I'm open to date someone I'm attracted to. They just tend to all be Asian. Let's talk physical. For 4 of the relationships that got physical, I had no problems meeting my sexual needs. However, my bipolar traits got in the way with some physical needs. One wanted more skinship, hugging, kissing, touching, but I wasn't in the mood. We had several heated arguments over this. When I am depressed, I usually am not in the mood for a physical relationship and tend to be more aloof, hence my bipolar depression. Now let's talk about emotional needs. It is apparent when I am depressed I get people angry. Some are more open to my neediness, others don't know how to react. I would often experience mixed moods. I was always angry and I would take out on my relationships, blaming them and not my mind. Usually a relationship is supposed to feel uplifting, but during my most depressive eras, 2 relationships were clearly not working. I was cold, down, and suicidal. Meaning my life was on the line and I wasn't sure how someone could help me feel any better. I ended up getting better, of course, but the relationship fell apart. Our relationships fell apart. As you can tell, there's a lot of instability to the point that I feel pretty unlucky in relationships. There's more to it, but I want to respect the privacy of some of them and clearly do not want to point fingers because that isn't what the goal is. The goal is to share my experience in living with bipolar disorder and trying to have a loving relationship. I feel like I failed. I don't think I would find one particular person that I could fall in love with, meanwhile having it go the same. If I have to be alone for the rest of my life, it defeats the purpose of what I really am searching for. Of course, I don't want to be alone, but the lifestyle I live doesn't always suit the relationship I seek. So is there a positive outcome to this scenario? I can always hope, but realistically it doesn't seem practical. The way I see it is that a relationship is only part of what I need. The other parts are things I'm working on. I clearly do love someone, but at the same time I feel I wasn't loved properly. In fact, we were going to get married and now she's just an ex-fiancé in another relationship. I dream of that normal life, but I'm quite abnormal and having both things doesn't seem to always work. In the end, I do feel better than before, and the truth is, I'm not in a relationship. So that is one positive thing out of this scenario. I don't have a clear answer for you guys. Usually I'm very one-sided with my speeches, but I clearly am aghast by this topic. Relationships never go well for me. In the end, I just end up being alone to pry on my own situation. I find it strange to pray for something when in reality it will never work. Being a pessimist with some acquired optimism, all I can hope for is to know that in the end, I am not alone in my situation. There are other people that have experiences like me, or had experience like me, and if not, well, I guess that's part of being unique.